Morning. It's a Saturday morning, just before 7 o'clock. Temperature's bloody freezing, literally. It's 0, saw -2 on the drive up here. I'm up at Heathcote, in the Heathcote Graytown National Park. That noise you can hear behind me is the Northern Highway. I'm heading up Mount Ida today, which is a bit of a classic. I've been up here numerous times. There's plenty of ways to skin this cat. I'm going to go up the tracks today and then drop off the kind of west spur, I suppose you'd call it, off track until I meet some tracks again down the bottom. Sounds all dramatic, but it's a fairly easy walk. The off-track stuff's fairly easy. It is a bit steep at the top. From memory, haven't been up here for about, I don't know, probably 10 years, maybe a bit less. All right, it's still and cold and frosty. It's a beautiful morning. So let's see what happens when the sun comes up. Hey, the sun's about 10 minutes away, I reckon. Maybe a little bit longer because I'm on the wrong side of the main ridge, but it'll come soon enough. All right, catch up with you soon. So rather than follow the main kind of, it's almost like a dirt road, probably 4-wheel drive track up to the summit, I'm kind of doing a few alternates. So I just swung left onto this lesser track, which is definitely a 4-wheel drive track, which will swing around eventually and meet that main kind of dirt road a little bit higher up. I don't know if you can see that ridge line in the distance, but that's where I'll be walking around to get up to the top of Mount Ida in an hour or so. In the meantime, I'll be walking this road. Look at the wildflowers. It's a beautiful time of the year to walk up here. So it's pretty much bang on 7 o'clock. Just seen the sun for the first time. I've only been walking for a few minutes. So I've climbed this rough 4-wheel drive track, and now I'm on a bit of a ridge. So now I'm just virtually going to stay on top of the ridge, avoiding the tracks that drop off the side. Pretty much now I'll follow it around all the way to the summit. So apart from the fairly dry open forest, another thing that I always remember about Heathcote Graytown National Park are the rocks. There's quite a lot of big kind of rocky outcrops up here on the hills anyway. Which in my humble opinion always adds a bit of interest to the day. And the roos, I've already seen probably half a dozen roos. So that's the view east, obviously. This is where I'm heading, through those trees over there, if you can see it. Yeah, it's Mount Ida. So that's the 4-drive kind of road that I parked the ute on down near the bottom. So I've rejoined that. Now I'm just gonna climb up here to the summit, which isn't far, probably take me 10 minutes. All right, just like that, I'm up on Mount Ida. Probably won't hang around long up here. There's a better view about 200 metres further on this ridge anyway. I don't like hanging around under all these mobile phone towers and electrical fucking cabinets and fucking microwave dishes, and freaks me out a bit. It's probably harmless, but still, just listening to the rumble of the generator and the smell of diesel doesn't do much for me either. Maybe the fire tower. Alright, I'll push on a bit and get a view from a little bit further on. Okay, so I'm leaving the summit area now. That's where the road finishes now, until I pick it up right back down the bottom. I'm on this really rough old 4-wheel drive track that runs along the summit ridge for a bit longer, but eventually this will stop altogether and I'll just kind of walk off piste down towards the, I think it's the Northern Highway, down a really steep spur. Before that though, hopefully we'll get a bit of a view off to the left of screen, which would be the south. So yeah, I'll put the camera away though. I'll put the phone away because otherwise I'll trip over on these rocks, I reckon. So I've got a little bit away from the fire towers now and the microwave repeaters and the mobile phone towers. It's a little bit more quiet though. You can hear the Northern Highway down there. A little bit quieter here. That lake in the distance, pick it up, that's Lake Emlock. That town down there, kind of in the trees down there, that's Heathcote. It's a sensational day up here. So this is what the ridge is like to start with. It does get fairly steep down here. And towards the bottom it'll get a little bit scrubby, but it's never too bad. Well, mind you, I haven't done this walk for 10 years, but it's not normally too bad, this kind of dry forest. So there's always generally some kangaroo pads or something to follow, make it easy to get through the scrub, I find, up here. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but there's definitely a rough pad along here. Alright, I might stop filming because it's probably making for riveting video as I amble down this loose track. So the pad's pretty well disappeared now. I'm just kind of making my way down this spur. I guess it's kind of northwesterly. But yeah, the going's pretty easy. You can see the forest is pretty open, so no real drama heading down here. So I've actually kind of found a bit of a pad. Came in from my right a little bit, kind of joined up, so that's made the walking even easier. We'll see what the steep bit's like down here though. So the spur's kind of broadening out towards the bottom. It's got a bit steeper. I'm just trying to stay near the highest point. Once I get down the bottom, I'll pick up an old fire track, I think, that runs kind of at right angles just before I hit the highway. If I miss the fire truck, I obviously hit the highway. It's a bit of a reference point. But yeah, this is all pretty cruisy so far. It's steep, but the problem is the rocks are loose, obviously, because not many people walk here. So you just got to be careful. It's not really that steep, but the rocks will roll a little bit under your feet. So I'm using my trekking poles when I'm not filming. But yeah, all good. And trying to stay on the high ground. I'll video again if there's something interesting happening. So I've just picked up this kind of bench track. I remember this from last time. I think this was going to be a mountain bike track. And for whatever reason, it looks like it was never really used for mountain biking. So it makes I don't know how far it goes for, but I remember a freshly cut track down this part of the mountain last time I was here years and years ago. I'm pretty much down now. There's not much further to go. I'll probably wade into this stuff pretty soon and swing to the right a little bit, I think. And meet up with that four-wheel drive track. I'll just maybe get on the crest over here a little bit more. Gee, this ground's mossy and slippery. That'll probably do me, I reckon. I could probably cut straight through here somewhere. Just drop down into that. Alright, I'll catch you when I meet that four-wheel drive truck that I've been waffling on about. Okay, that major road through the trees, I think it's the Northern Highway. It's one of those big highways anyway. But this is 100 metres this side. I'm just emerging onto it. Is the four-wheel drive track. Pretty much from here on, I'll follow this and I hit that dirt road, which will have the park on one side and some farmland on the other side. So that's pretty much the walk over. That climb down through there, through the off-track stuff, probably the crux of the walk. But if you're going to walk off-track, that's about as good as you're going to get, I reckon. All right, there's been some more roos, but I'm bugging if I can get a video of them. We'll see. Haven't given up yet. I've probably got another, I don't know, 3Ks to go along roads and tracks. So we'll see. I might get a video of some wildlife. You never know. So as you can tell, I'm back on that kind of more major access road. I'm almost back to the ute actually. There's some farmland just off to my left here in the national park, and Mount Ida's up to my right. So yeah, the walking's all pretty cruisy now. Like a lot of my walks lately, there's wattle everywhere. Okay, just got back to the car. It's about probably been gone less than 2 hours. It's not even 9 o'clock, I don't think yet. I remember that walk being a lot harder, but then again, I've probably been here in warmer weather. It was a very cruisy little walk with some nice views over at Lake Everlock. Some lot of wattle, some big rocks, some purple heath, a little bit off-track stuff that added to the drama of the walk a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, nice walk. If you live locally, definitely worth coming up here and checking out Mount Ida. All right, I'll catch you later on. I'm going to find a coffee somewhere. It's warmed up a bit. I reckon we're up to 6 degrees by now. Anyway, all good. Catch you later.